Assalamu alaikum dear viewers. This is engineer Sadaqatali and you are watching my YouTube channel Real Time Simulation World. So today in this video we are going to learn about how we can create for loop in LabVIEW and how we can implement a simple if else condition in LabVIEW. So let's get started. Uh, Go into this file section and press new VI, right? Go here, window tab, and press tile left and right. Okay, so it's look good. Now what you need to do, right click on the block diagram, go into the structures, and here you have for loop. Press for loop and create a window uh, that you required. So here it is. This is for loop. Looks good. Okay, now in for loop you have to basically give the number of iterations the loop should run, right? So let me create here a control. Let me create here a control, numeric control. So you should right click on the front panel and here numeric control, right? And you should place it outside the loop because the number of iterations are supposed to be given before the loop started. So here you see I have created a numeric control. Let me name it as loop iteration. Okay, and let me enter a value of 5. It means my loop will start or my loop will execute 5 iterations. Okay, now let me connect this loop iteration with this and terminal. Yeah, it is connected, and what we are going to observe is the number of iterations I. So let me create an indicator over here, right? Okay, this looks good. Now our iterations will start from 0, right? So we have 5 iterations. Let me run this code. So you see our this for loop executes 5 times. We have 5 loop iterations, right? And it starts this I basically count the number of iterations. So we have 4. 4 means the iterations started from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So basically we have 5 iterations, but here this numeric indicator indicates 4. So it means that your I iteration, your I, this I will give, this I will basically give you uh, uh, the iteration started from 0, right? The iterations started from 0. Okay, uh, what is next? Next, uh, so we create for loops where the number of iterations are known. You know how many times you want your code to execute. So in that case, you basically use for loop. Otherwise, you create while loop. Okay, so this was the case when your loop iterations are uh, let's say 5. Okay, let me increase my loop iterations, let me make it 10. So this numeric indicator will give me 9 after the loop ends. So let me run it. Okay, so 10 stations are completed and you see I am getting 9. So you always get n minus 1 number. Okay, let's say you have 15 iterations, you have given 15. So your numeric indicator which is connected to I will give you 14. Okay, okay, another way to give uh, or to operate this for loop is by using arrays. You can simply give uh, the number of iteration for loop executes by entering or by connecting array to the tunnel of this for loop. What is tunnel? Tunnel in LabVIEW you see the boundary of this loop, right? It's a rectangle kind of rectangle boundary. Whatever you connect to the boundary of this loop is basically tunnel, right? So let me create an array here. You should come over here, array. Okay, this is my array. Arrays are nothing but the collection of same data type. Okay, let me create a numeric control in this array, right? So this is my array. Okay, let me enter some values. This is 2, 3, 5 and 6. So this is my array and it contains 4 elements. So the number of elements in this array are 4. Now I can control the iteration of this for loop with the help of this array. How? So let me tell you what you need to do. You need to connect this output of this array with the tunnel of this for loop. So this is connected here, right? So when I run this code, now I have in iterations I have given 10, right? And I have connected an array over here which has the number of elements as 4. So if I run this code, you see what I get is 3. Now the number of iterations are 4, but my code executes and I get 3. What does it mean? It means that if you connected an array containing number of elements, the loop will execute according to the number of elements that array has. Now this array has 4 number of elements, 2, 3, 5 and 6. There are 4 elements, right? There are 4 number of values, or the size of an array is 4. Simply the size of an array is 4. So our loop is executing 4 times, not the 10 times, right? So this is the beauty of LabVIEW. Now sometimes what happens, you want your loop to execute according to the available data you have. Now you can store your data in this array, right? You can write your data into this array, and to execute that data or to process that data, you need a number of iterations according to the data. So you can simply connect your array with the tunnel of your for loop. So this will execute according to the number of uh, elements available in the array. Now what happens when you connect two different arrays with the tunnel of this for loop? So let me copy it. How you can copy anything in the LabVIEW? It's very easy. What you need to do is to select this array. Okay, after selecting it, press Control and keep pressing it. Now what you have to do simply is to drag this array downwards or anywhere. When you drag it, you should press Control. If you leave that Control button, it will not be copied. Now I have leave it. Okay, now we have two different arrays, right? Array and array 2. The size of array is 4 and the size of array 2 is 3. Let me connect this array 2 over here. Okay, now let me run this code and see what happens.